It's Tuesday, June 23rd. Armin Ronacher just issued a warning that the AI code we generate is already feeding back into training future models, and it's creating a loop that degrades code quality across the board. We'll unpack exactly how that works and why it threatens maintainability. But before that, we've got several sharp shifts in how we build software. A clever trick to make GIFs up to 15% smaller without losing a pixel. A demo that proves you can run a persistent Python+SQLite database in the browser, and Apple quietly absorbing a critical Swift package registry. Stick around. A new tool exhaustively tries every combination of LZW encoding options to shrink GIFs to their smallest possible size, without any loss in quality. It can shave up to 15% off static GIFs, preserving exact pixel-perfect fidelity. That buys developers a little extra runway for the legacy format, especially for those ultra-light web fallbacks where every byte counts. Simon Willison built a demo that writes, lists, and queries SQLite databases using Python running entirely in the browser. The big win? The data persists across page reloads thanks to the Origin private file system. This proves that OPFS can survive a refresh, a key milestone toward running the full dataset stack inside WebAssembly. Swift Package Index is now part of Apple. The registry stays open source, but with Apple's resources behind it, developers can expect better reliability, package signing, and broader testing to harden the Swift ecosystem. It's a move that brings package discovery and security under Apple's wing, while keeping the tool everyone uses intact. sqlite-utils just dropped its 4.0 release candidate, and it comes with a tiny built-in migrations framework that tracks schema versions in a dedicated table. There's also a new db.atomic API that gives you nested transactions via SQLite save points. For Python developers, that means you can evolve your SQLite schemas and handle complex writes without rolling your own transaction code. Armin Ronacher warns that AI-generated code is already training the next generation of models, creating a self-reinforcing loop that degrades code quality. He points to overly defensive, duplicated, and poorly abstracted code that hurts maintainability and developer understanding. The risk is that the industry could get locked into worse standards unless the way we use these tools changes. And a Stack Overflow analysis dives into the typical Node and Express backend an AI assistant produces. No payload limits, wide-open cores, unauthenticated routes. It boots, sure, but it's riddled with security holes. The argument? AI tools are incentivized to stop at a passing test, not a secure one. We need safer defaults. So today we saw a bunch of practical improvements: smaller GIFs, persistent browser-based databases, a Swift registry under Apple's roof, and a smarter SQLite toolkit. But the AI stories, the self-reinforcing degradation loop, and the insecure backend defaults are the ones that should keep us up at night. The loop is already spinning, and the tools we depend on aren't pushing for secure by default. Before you merge that next AI suggestion, maybe run a quick security sanity check. I'll catch you next time.